I'm Desmond Joseph, your presenter. Among the major developments, Dominica recognized as a dive destination. Haiti seeks to revive agriculture through Venezuela Food for Fuel deal. U.S. President called on countries to legalize homosexuality. And in sports, volleyball playoffs scheduled for this weekend. Details of these will follow.
Me say we just get the remedy for the pagan them. Me just get the remedy for bad mind and jealousy. Who want to see me dead? Me just get the remedy. Suck TV, Jammy say. You don't know Javinci, you watching Suck TV. Lord, is it straight triple dose.
Welcome back. A number of farmers are now better informed about how to carry out their duties as farmers when they were afforded the opportunity to benefit from a one-day workshop. Mr. Adisa Trotter, Agriculture Officer within the Division of Agriculture, stated this workshop focuses on enhancing farmer exploiting climate and weather information, part of the Caribbean Agro-Meteorological Initiative.
So we are here to sort of look and review of what have been done under the CAMI project, because the project has ended. It started in 2009 and it came to an end in 2012. But out of the project there were follow-up activities that the Met Office and Agriculture we continued, and such workshop is this Farmers Forum where we engage farmers, technicians, researchers, other people involved in agriculture, and kind of give us feedback as to what has been done and what's taking place with the information that we disseminate on a monthly basis to the farming community.
Mr. Trotter noted one of the main initiatives they worked on was an AgroMet bulletin where they packaged the weather information with farming information to disseminate to farmers. There was also a data sharing exercise where the Division of Agriculture secured 10 weather stations which were then deployed in the agricultural regions to capture weather information in order to work with the Meteorological Office.
There were also other initiatives with the pest and disease forecasting, where there were different models. When you use these models, you could have an idea of what the pest and disease situation is like. Now, all these initiatives hasn't really gone because, there are different, hindrances or limitations in the whole project.
What are some of the hindrances?
Well, some of the hindrances we could look at is, for example, part of the model is a software where you use data, like soil data, cropping data, and part of the limitation is having these data sets to really run in the model to generate the kind of information that you're looking for.
The mapping soil data from the 1960s, which the Division of Agriculture has, is outdated. Therefore, they are working on updating this data. In terms of droughts and flooding, weather information being disseminated to the farmers is critical. As climate change continues to affect the agricultural sector, it is ideal to brainstorm mitigating measures farmers can employ on their farms. Ms. Annie Carrier-Joseph, climatological personnel at the Meteorological Office, who complies various parameters including temperature, rainfall, dry spells, and thunder, says,
we also relay with the Caribbean Institute of Meteorology and Hydrology, where they put out forecasts for the Caribbean region based on rainfall. So every month, they normally do it on a 3-month basis. So you will know whether you have above normal, below normal, and normal rainfall expectation within a 3-month period. So all of these things, we compile it on a bulletin and distribute it out to whoever uses the information.
Ms. Joseph stated such information can also be retrieved from their website www.weather.gov.dm. It is also printed and dispersed to extension farmers island-wide as well as through other methods. In other news, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs held a press conference with the Indian High Commissioner, His Excellency Malay Mishra, on Wednesday, June 27th, as his tour of duty in Dominica came to an end. His Excellency Malay Mishra a career diplomat who joined the Indian Foreign Services in 1979, bid farewell to Dominica after his 4-year stint. The Commonwealth of Dominica became a part of his portfolio in 2009 when he officially presumed his position as High Commissioner of India in Dominica.
I have seen our relations grow primarily in a few areas where we have identified as our priority areas. And those areas, first of all, I would mention as agriculture. I knew that Dominica was primarily an agriculture economy, and you still have a lot of agriculture forming part of your economy at the moment. And in the past, during my term itself, we brought an expert from India.
He added a banana expert from India visited Dominica, and the work which he conducted was very good. However, it was not adequate. From there, he said, they received more requests from the government of Dominica
to bring some more experts in this domain. Just a little while ago, I was sitting with the Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Matthew, and we were discussing the modalities of bringing more experts. And we are going to do that. We are going to engage ourselves in bringing more expertise and helping not only in the banana sector, but in terms of agro-processing and in small sectors as well, how we can induce the farmers, both commercial as well as the peasantry, to move ahead in producing the best and utilizing the good potential that you have.
India is an emerging country with a focus on information technology, he stated. Mr. Mishra noted that information technology in India has done great wonders to all sectors of their development, and now they are one of the many countries worldwide to export a great deal of software.
And at the final statistic, it was $70 billion last year that we exported our software. It is a burgeoning growth. It is an exponential growth of our IT sector. It is not only in terms of products, but also in services as well, IT related services. With this in mind, we thought of bringing something here, and in 2011 October, I signed a MOU with Mr. Kenneth Daru, Parliamentary Secretary in charge of IT, to set up a ICT center. And I am happy to announce that this is now gaining traction. And during this visit of mine, I have inspected a site where the government proposes to host the IT center.
Mr. Mishra says Dominica and India will always be friends due to their long and trusting relationship. In other stories, 4 of the top Avon representatives and their guests, who ranked as the top sellers of Avon products in Dominica, were recently recognized at the Sunset Bay Club and Hotel in Salisbury. The recognition under the theme "Be Celebrated as Avon's Best" formed part of Avon's President's Recognition Gala for 2012 to 2013. Chief Executive Officer of OD Brisbane and Sons Dominica Limited and Avon consultant Ms. Susan Watty stated this is a highly anticipated annual event to which the top Avon representatives of Dominica anticipate with excitement. Avon seeks to richly reward the accomplishments of its top performers. The award winners were honored with special trophies and crafted gifts in their honor and special pre-promotional products not available to the general public. Many of our representatives were promoted to the fortunate category of much higher sales and commissions as Dominica experienced a significant growth in this top sellers group, making for a healthy, competitive and well-paid future for this popular line of products, Ms. Watty noted. The President's Club Honor Society representatives are Mrs. Deborah Charles, Mrs. Annette Henry, Mrs. Victoria Joseph, and Mrs. Angela Abraham. Avon's District Sales Manager for Dominica, Mrs. Greta Dahl Keefe, traveled to Dominica to personally attend the event and spoke on how Avon as a company empowers women to improve their standard of living. In more news, a symposium was held on Wednesday, June 26, at the Dominica State Prison to promote the work which has been carried out throughout the prison grounds over the past few months. According to Superintendent of the prison, Mr. Dennis Blah, The Ghana Alliance program began in February 2013 when 3 prison officers attended a facilitator training workshop at the Public Service Union. Training was organized by Mr. Francis Joseph, the Ghana coordinator for Dominica, along with representatives from Washington and St. Vincent.
After completion of the training, management recognized that if the program had to have any impact individually, would have to be assigned specifically to that program. 2 officers in the name of Alvin Ogis and Wilbert Daniel were given the assignment, the results of which is you being invited here today. Currently, 30 trainees are registered with the Ghana program, 12 are just completing phase 1 and 18 completed phase 2. The Ghana program has thus far impacted on many of the inmates here at the state prison, especially in the area of the key components of the program.
We now go to a swift performance from one of the Ghana trainees, Mr. Morris McDowell.
Are you ready? Authentic American associates who got sent to show us the truth. Genuine and ambitious people who came to guide the youth. Almighty God knows from childhood we mislead and gone astray. Naughty young boys and girls we were, Ghana, thank you for showing us the way. Acknowledging we couldn't do nothing alone, so we thank you for working as a team. Realistic people you are for helping the youth fulfill their dreams.
In Mr. Joseph's overview of the Ghana program in Dominica, he stated that the program is implemented by 5 organizations in Dominica.
We have the youth division in 2 groups. One of the groups are in Roseau out of High Street, the other one is in Marigot. We visit them regularly and they are doing exceptionally well. The other one is the call center in Portsmouth. We are all familiar with the call center, and also the social center in Roseau. These are formidable institutions who have taken it on their own to work with young people who need a second chance, who have cried out for an opportunity to move on in life, and we have responded. It is not a program that can be implemented anyhow and by anyone.
It is hoped that when the 30 young men involved in the Ghana program leaves the prison, they will reintegrate into the society and positive things will be heard about them. In other stories, after years of trying to promote Dominica as one of the top diving destinations worldwide, the United States Aquatic Sales Group of 11, who arrived last weekend, has endorsed this initiative. In addition, underwater undertakings, the group is expected to explore the island. According to Mr. Simon Walsh, president of Dominica's Water Sports Association, the group will be diving at our most famous dive locations. The group will also visit the eco sites and attractions.
Not just diving. One of the things that we promote about Dominica is not just the fact that our diving is unparalleled in the region, but also that our topside activities are so attractive. And over the conversations we've been having with the dive shops over the last few days, it's evident that there are groups coming down that are very serious divers and want to be doing 4 or 5 dives a day, and there are also groups that come down with some non-divers in the group. So Dominica has so much topside activity that non-divers are going to be equally happy with what they see here in Dominica. And although they've done quite a bit of topside already, they'll be this afternoon, or this morning and this afternoon, they'll be up in the Trafalgar Valley doing some waterfalls and Pico Gorge and some hot springs and stuff like that, getting another full day of topside activities.
Mr. Walsh predicts this initiative to be a long-term investment. The air access into the island is decreasing the expenditure of the dive sector, he stated. Referring to Leah's initial flight that arrived in Dominica on Wednesday, June 26, Minister of Tourism Honorable Ian Douglas stated that Dominica is improving and we are probably one of the best dive destinations.
We want to pride ourselves on what we do for our divers. The bigger planes, less hours spent in airports, comfortable flights, getting here with all of your gear, with all of your regulators and your BCDs, because a lot of divers like to carry their own stuff. You know, true authentic drivers don't necessarily like to go renting equipment. You know, your fields and your masks and stuff. These are things that we want to get to the destination with, and we want to bear that in mind. You know?
Chaos erupted on the Mao bus stop at about 10:30 a.m. on Thursday, June 27th, as some bus drivers took matters into their own hands and blocked the road. Mao bus driver Mr. Isaiah Joseph stated, "Enough is enough, and the way some bus drivers are taking advantage of the others is inexcusable and needs to stop." Mr. Joseph stated, "Most bus drivers are following the rules by waiting in line for passengers, while others are using the right-of-way method and taking all the passengers they have been waiting on their buses."
Because all of us are about this debate, and when I make 2 trips a day and I'm like obeying the law, and I make 10 trips a day like disobeying the law. Come on, so this point we try to look, we try to see if somebody will hear our cry, but the police come and tell us. Well, a few of us we decide to block it, the right of way bus system.
What do you think is the suggestion to that problem?
Well, to be honest, the suggestion is, if there's a system, everybody's supposed to follow the system. So instead of about staying a whole hour, an hour and a half, every 4 or 5 minutes, because the people who don't have a choice than to board the first and second bus. But right now, half of the population know about the right away. So when they come out to work, which is inhuman, we want to go to home after 8 hours work, we always take the first bus that's going.
Mr. Joseph explained the bus drivers brought many ideas to the relevant authorities on ways this confusion can be resolved. However, their efforts have been falling on deaf ears. Acting President of the Mao Bus Drivers Association, Mr. Julian Laville, explained they have been suffering with this issue since June 1st, 2012, when the bus stop was relocated, and the authorities are dormant in taking solid steps to address their concerns.
But we have a problem where the buses refuse to follow the line. They say it's not for them. Okay, would come alongside the first bus that is loading and offload the bus. Okay, some of them would stay at the back and they would call the passengers, would come way up front and call the passengers to come down the bus. While those in the line would probably stay in excess of 2 hours waiting. So my question is that fair? Is that fair? It could not be fair for me, it could not be fair for any one of the drivers that is willing to follow this. Okay? The authority have been dragging their feet for a year now, and nothing seems to be happening. Nothing seems to be happening. So I suspect what normally happens in Dominica is the media. The media carry the message to the authority and then they act. As for why, I don't know. Okay? But I think we need a wake-up call in the island. We really need a wake-up call. And I don't know what they're waiting for to get that wake-up call, but we need a wake-up call in the island.
Mr. Laville added, if the relevant authorities cannot organize the bus stop in a way all bus drivers can benefit, a suggestion is simply to put it the way it originally was, where drivers can drop off passengers anywhere in Roseau. The bus stop has to accommodate bus drivers who run the Mao, Goodwill, St. Joseph and Fonkole, where the Mao line alone has up to 100 buses running the route, which is already too much. We have guys who are not willing to follow the line, but they will come and disrupt the line, yet still we remain peaceful in our actions, Mr. Lavelle added.
The authority themselves, even the police officers, they're coming there and they would park the bus right in that freeway, which is supposed to be a free flow of traffic. Okay. The same police officers that would come and try to give you a ticket in the line, okay, for maybe crossing that pedestrian crossing because of your trying to protect your investment. Okay, because the buses are coming alongside you and offload your bus. So you will just move a little higher. When they come, they meet you there, they will give you a ticket, say that you're supposed to be behind the line. While they themselves boarding the bus right in the freeway. We're supposed to be a free flow of traffic in their uniform.
No,
so tell me where we are going.
Up there is one that does do it. That is why he gives them the advantage.
Just tell me where we are going.
That is why he giving them the advantage of us.
And we are a peaceful bunch of people that is in this line there. And that's why you haven't heard anything really happen. Had it maybe been another group of set of people, you would find something happening there already.
However, Mr. Patrickson Albert, Assistant Superintendent of Police in charge of the Traffic Department, stated, based on what he observed, there are too many buses operating the Mara route, where some do not follow the rules of waiting in line, which is the cause of the problem.
Okay, so those will not will charge them, or if it comes arrested.
You're saying that some of the persons who have done that this morning
they will charge. Yeah, they will be charged.
Also, we're hearing talks about seizing your license and so on.
I feel a lot of people, if they continue, they will have to seize the license.
But some of the bus drivers were concerned that they went to the authorities, the police department, the police commissioner, the mayor of Roseau, and also the traffic department, and nothing has been done in terms of resolving the problem.
We send police to get. Should we police these people day in, day out? Look at it. There's a straight line, right? These people are allowed to stay in the line. Some fail to stay in the line. You stay in the line, fly, do your conduct your business, right? And there's a free route. You should be passing this route. But some of them fail the route. So those are not doing the obstructing the traffic.
He said one of the things that need to be done is constituting against too many buses operating from one area. In more stories, on Thursday 27th June 2013 about 9 a.m., members of the Coast Guard and police officers at the Lapin district, along with villagers of Dalis, recovered flesh with no bones in the Shes Muka area between Boetica and Dalis. The remains were taken to the Princess Margaret Hospital, where it was examined by a medical practitioner and confirmed to be that of a human body. An identity has not yet been determined. However, it may be Xavier 66 of Boetica, who reportedly went rock fishing in the same area on June 22, 2013 about 9 a.m. and has not been seen since. Investigations are continuing. In other stories, commencing with an opening song and prayer by Monsignor John Lewis, the Convent High School 2013 graduating class celebrated their school leaving ceremony at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium on Wednesday, June 26. New teacher Miss Tishina Lloyd, Miss Natasha Nation, as well as Miss Leandra Lander were all recognized for their outstanding contributions to the Convent High School. Bishop Gabriel Malzer presented diplomas to the graduating class with certificates in sign language, choral speech, sports and athletics, public speaking, and dance, among others. Head girl of the 2012 to 2013 academic school year, Ms. Jade Alexander, received awards for leadership, cooperation, academic and discipline, excellence in chemistry, excellence in physics, excellence in mathematics and science, and civic mindedness. Harris Payne's awards for excellence in business, an award for excellence in mathematics, as well as an award for academia, extracurricular, department, and class spirit were presented to Miss Shanice Isidore. Valedictorian Miss Alex Marie Roberts also received an award for excellence in mathematics, along with excellence in biology, excellence in French, and highest academic average. Other awards went to Shireen Bellot for the student who displayed determination and persistence, and for excellence in business and information technology. Excellence in languages, which is awarded to a student who excels in a foreign language, was presented to Miss Nicole Bertrand. The Rodney Isidore John Lewis Memorial Award for the student who showed the greatest improvement in academic period for the year 2011 to 2013 went to Ms. Zama Thomas. The Celia Nicholas Award for Excellence in Academic and Sports went to Janelle Peter. Award for Excellence in Caribbean History went to Devi St. Louis, while Excellence in Spanish went to Giovanni Thomas. Diligence in Geography was awarded to Rajiv Defoe. Another award for Geography went to Jawal Joseph, while Best Credit Union Saver Award was presented to Ms. Corinthia Burton. CSEC 2012 awards were also presented to outstanding past students of the Convent High School. Minister of Education, Honorable Peter Seja, addressed the graduating class.
The Ministry of Education stands ready to assist you in whatever manner we can to see your success, because ultimately it will benefit us as a developing nation. Please be mindful that we are counting on your contribution to national development and look forward to you putting your skills and your talents to use in the interest of yourselves, your family, and your communities.
In keeping with their theme, moving on, letting go, holding on to tomorrow, the minister said, although the act of moving on from all that is familiar may be difficult, it takes a special kind of determination and bravery to hold on to tomorrow. According to Mr. Seja, improvements have been made by the government at the Dominica State College, not only to improve capacity, but to provide students with a state-of-the-art facility which will make them proud. They are also expanding the courses offered, as well as allocating hundreds of scholarships to students. In the bishop's address, he reminded the graduates that we live in a world of strong negative influence that is affecting the very fabric of society, which therefore needs redress. He told them the power to make that change lies in their hands. He also commended the parents of the graduates for a job well done and advised their students to work hard and let God do the rest. Valedictorian Miss Alex Marie Roberts, in her address, thanked the teachers and mentors who assisted them and encouraged her fellow graduates to keep in good company. And in court news, the man accused of allegedly stealing a significant amount of cash from a telephone service provider was denied bail when he faced Roseau Magistrate Kanye George on Thursday, June 27, 2013. 37-year-old Michael Peters of Goodwill was not required to plea on the charge of theft, as it is an indictable charge. It is alleged that between June 2 to 6, 2013, Peters stole a sum of $51,655.78, the property of Lime Dominica, with Robert Tong representing. Police prosecutor Michael Loda, in addressing the court, stated Peters admitted to the offense during the investigations while he was being interviewed. He objected to bail on the grounds that Peters would pervert the course of justice if released and would interfere with witnesses. The prosecutor also stated if granted bail, the police may not recover the cash, of which not 1 cent has been recovered during their investigations. Loda noted the police believe the cash is hidden and would need at least 3 weeks before bail can be revisited. However, attorney for Peters, Zena Dyer, questioned the need for 3 weeks by the prosecution to complete the investigation, stated they are not being reasonable and is trying to punish her client, who has been in police custody since Monday, June 24th. Dyer added, the claim by the prosecution that Peters would interfere with witnesses is absurd and is customary by the prosecution. In responding, Loda told the court the police would need the time as they have to trace financial records, a process which is time-consuming, especially as they cannot just walk into financial institutions and demand information, which is against the laws of Dominica, but the process has begun. Dyer, not being pleased by this explanation, added, She does not believe the prosecution is being true, saying this process has begun, and stressed that she would like the documents disclosed to her of the alleged admission of guilt by a client in relation to the theft. After patiently listening to the passionate arguments by the prosecution and defense, Magistrate Judge ruled that bail is denied and will be revisited in 2 weeks. The trial has been set for March 20th, 2014. This has been the local segment of the news. Coming up next, regional highlights.